house and my kitchen. So today I did tell you guys we were going to make birdseed ornaments. Now, with the birdseed ornaments, it's a little bit different. I've got a dog barking outside, not sure what's going on. Oh well. With the birdseed ornaments, it's less, less stuff to use and much less invasive. So if you have cookie cutters, doesn't matter what kind you use, it doesn't matter, neither here nor there. I've got all the cookie cutters I used yesterday for our dog treats. I do have the last of the apples dehydrating for our tree. That is going to be down in the town park, and either the bushes out front at Laurel or a tree in the back. So we're not sure which one. But this year we really do want to do natural ornaments. The reason why I'm showing you these is we, all of us, all the staff at Franklin County Public Library District, would love to see the community come together and make some of these to add to our tree in the town park and at Laurel. This is all good for the nature, good for four-legged, winged, and just something that we can give back to the animals through the winter time. And our goal is to make sure that we have these. So if you are wanting to make these, that's kind of why we're doing this. And so I can show you how to make these. This is a very simple two different recipes we're going to do. The first one, we're going to use the cookie cutters. And the second, we're going to use oranges. Angela and I will hopefully be down the town park on Friday, putting up all the ornaments on the tree that the library is sponsoring downtown park in Brookville. So with no further ado, let's get started. Now, I'm going to angle the camera once again, so thank God you don't have to look at my face. And this one is super, super easy, okay? I've got 3/4 of a cup of flour. I'm going to get a 1/2 cup of warm water. Reminds me, I better start running my warm water real quick. A 1/2 cup of warm water, 1 packet of unflavored gelatin. You don't have to buy the expensive kind. This is the Kroger brand. You need 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Me, because I know our winged creatures and our squirrels and other little things like sweet. I've got 1 tablespoon of honey that I'm going to add to it. And then we have 4 cups of wild bird seed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 1/2 cup of the warm water. What we're going to do is we're going to dissolve the gelatin. Whoops, upside down. We're going to dissolve the gelatin into the bowl with the 1/2 cup of warm water. And then mix that up. But first, we have to combine all the ingredients. So I'm going to change the screen. So here is 3/4 of a cup of flour, and with the 4 cups of birdseed. Here is 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, which apparently is now all over my counter as well. And then I've got 1 tablespoon of honey. The honey just kind of sweetens it up a little bit, so I'm going to add that. Now, all this is going to get the warm water and the gelatin dumped on top of it. Before you do that, before you dump the warm water and the gelatin, take cooking spray. I like olive oil, and spray the inside of all of your cookie cutters. Put it on wax paper, okay? Put it on wax paper, and as long as you spray it, you'll be able to get the stuff back out of it. I feel like I'm screaming with that dehydrator running. So make sure you spray it, because what's going to happen is you got to put it in the refrigerator for about 2 to 3 hours so it sets a little bit harder. So I'm going to go add the water real quick. Give me a second. So this is easy. I'm just going to take a little spoon, just dissolve the gelatin, and that's all you got to do. I hope I've eliminated some of these glares. I think I'm going to do this. Hey, look at that. So we just want to stir it so that you dissolve the gelatin. Some people will tell you got to cook it. Me personally, I just don't think it's necessary if you've got hot enough water. So just stir it around, and that's what the recipe calls for, really. Make sure you've got your gelatin dissolved and pour it. All you're doing is pouring it in with everything else. So then we're going to stir this up. You just mix it up. There's nothing to it. So mix it up, and it'll be sticky. Now the gelatin in here is just to help bind it all together. That's all this is. So you just mix it up pretty good so that it starts to look like it's kind of sticking to each other. And I like to mix it up a couple of times just to make sure I get everything in it. And of course, here we go. We're all going to get a little dirty. We're going to get a little, we're going to get stuff all over our hands. But now we're going to put this into the cookie cutters. I have got to wipe this vegetable oil off. A little too much. So you're just going to take however you want to put it in there. Doesn't have to be pretty, but you're going to want to pack the birdseed as tight as you can into each one of your cookie cutters. Okay? Get as many as you can fit. Now, of course, I have dog bones. Got to use the dog bones. Oh my goodness. I can't hold that weight very long. So I'm just going to push it down in there a little bit. Get it in there a little tighter. Maybe I should use a spoon. What do y'all think? Maybe I should use a spoon. Should I use a spoon? I'm thinking I do. Let me get a spoon. So make sure that you're getting, though, your birdseed and you're packing it down in there. Now, once all your birdseed is in your ornaments, you will put this in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours. It helps set the gelatin because we all know what gelatin does. Gelatin helps make jello. I have played with this before. And of course we have, hi. Would you like to say hi? Everybody, this is Hank. This is one of the other reasons why I make puppy treats. That is my daughter's big baby. Yeah, he's 100-pound of crazy, but that's okay. We love him anyway. And of course, now you see why you want to make sure you have wax paper, because you're going to get that bird seed probably pretty well everywhere. All right, so you guys don't need to sit here and watch me do this. So that gives you the idea of how to do this, and this is pretty quick. And I will come back to this one and finish this up. But yeah, let's fill up all of your cookie cutters, put it in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours, and when they come out, you will want to take a straw and poke through it to make a hole so that you can get it hung up. I know some of you want to watch this later, which is great. Totally fine with me. This is a very easy thing you can do with your children. It gives back to the environment, guys. And that's a big thing in the wintertime, because a lot of people forget that all these beautiful animals, oops, went wrong direction with that one, are still out there in the wintertime. some of them struggle to find food, especially when we get lots of like snow and ice and things like that. So this is a wonderful natural treat that we can provide for our winged friends. Of course, we know squirrels like this too, and raccoons. I have friends that call them trash pandas, and they're my favorite. I love raccoons. Not so much when they eat horse feed and eat pounds of it, but I do love raccoons. So I'm going to let this sit, and we're going to move, and I'm going to turn the camera. I'll come back to all this. See, I'll stand here and play with this all day long to make this lovely stuff. So I'm going to turn. I hope some of you guys are turning in for this, because it's near and dear to me to be able to do this for you guys. And I'm going to flip off some lights on my under cabinets just because I get an awful glare. So we're going to do the orange ones. This is a little bit more labor intensive, but it's kind of the same deal. So for the orange ones, and again, I will give you guys the recipes for this. This time we're going to use 2 packets of the gelatin, which I'm going to put into this bowl, and hot water. So I'm going to dump this in and let that water heat up, because we want to get that gelatin to really dissolve. Now I only have 4 oranges. Some of you may be saying, okay, wait a minute, we're confused. What are we going to do here with oranges? Well, animals love fruit, that's for sure. I mean, I know when I have fruit that's not exactly the best in the world anymore, I toss it out to the animals. So you do not, repeat, do not need to peel these. You're going to cut these. So I'm going to go right down the center of the orange. I'm going to cut it out. You're going to have, I'm going to have 6. However many oranges you want to do, you can do it. Cut it all open. Now, what are we going to do with all the insides of the oranges? Because we're putting birdseed inside of this. So there's going to be a little trick to this. And this is when you make this up on the fly. It's a lot of fun to do it that way. So I just put a cup of warm water in with the gelatin, and we're going to get the gelatin to dissolve just like I did with the other one. This is pretty simple, easy, not labor intensive. You know, it can be tricky, but it's not terrible. So, like I said, animals love fruit. So we're going to take the insides of the orange out, because we need to put birdseed in it. But I'm going to leave a lot of the inside, the meat that's on the inside, not the orange itself, but the meat, because you're going to have to go through it after it's in the refrigerator. You're going to have to go through it to put on your hangers. So I have a ceramic knife, and I'm not going to take all of the orange out probably, but I'm just going to cut around. So just cut around carefully. Then I'm just going to take a spoon, and I'm going to get the orange to come out. And I say that, and I'm probably going to wear half the orange juice. But I'm going to peel as much of the orange out as I can. You don't want to break the rind or the skin, because that is going to be what's going to hold your birdseed. And this is never easy, you know, and orange juice likes to go everywhere. And you don't have to get every single solitary bit of orange out, because the birds will eat it. It's not going to hurt. The birds are going to love it. But I'm going to dig out a lot of it just so it's a nice core for your bird seed. See how that works? Now do another one. You don't want to cut it all the way through because you don't want all your bird seed going through on the bottom. And these are some seriously juicy oranges. And I'm going to dig this one out too. And then what I'm going to do, and this doesn't necessarily come from the recipe I'm using because I like to make things up as I go along, guys. I really do. This one's going to give me fits, and I really want to get some more of this orange out. So I'm going to peel a little bit more. This is a little ceramic knife. Love ceramic knives. I'm going to take some of the orange juice that I'm digging out and put some of it in with the gelatin. I mean, why not? You know, super good, super yummy. I'm going to eat some of the orange. Yummy. Now, because this one's just a little bit different. See, I've left the orange in this bowl, what I've dug out so far. I'm going to pour the bird seed in the bowl with the oranges, and I'm going to pour the gelatin in. Same thing as before. Just mix it up. This was only 2 cups of bird seed. But you know what? I'm thinking we might need a little bit more. So I may throw a little bit more bird seed in this one. I'm using a wild bird seed, by the way. Pick it up at Kroger. You don't have to get it somewhere special. It's super, super easy. So all you're doing is mixing up your gelatin and some of the orange juice and some of your pieces of oranges. Just mix it up really good. And do almost the exact same thing we did with the cookie cutters. You're just going to spoon it right into the oranges. This is another thing. That's why I have 2 cookie sheets with wax paper, because when I spoon this into the oranges, you're going to put them on this and you're going to refrigerate these for 2 to 3 hours. It's going to help set it up. So let's spoon some in here. You don't have to put a lot, and then this is what it's going to look like. Once this is in the refrigerator, I will come back in a couple of hours. Once I've set this, so 2 to 3 hours, so about 4:30, I'll come back online and I'll show you guys how to put the hangers on these. Because Lord knows you don't want to sit here and watch me for 5 hours. Sit here and walk around the house with my animals and do work. All you're going to do is spoon your mixture into the orange, just like this. In 2 to 3 hours, we're going to pull it out of the refrigerator. And at that time, I'm going to show you guys how to put the hangers on them. If you are interested in the recipes, and I didn't, well, hello, Amy Lynn. Thank you. Welcome from Connorsville. I'm so excited. If you want the recipes, I will gladly post them attached to this video. And they're simple, easy, great things. I know I could hang them all over around my yard. My dogs would lose their minds if there were that many birds in my yard. But this is how we're going to do this. I really think we need to get back to nature this year, guys. It's just been one of those years. And I know, especially in the fall and in the winter, I love when I see the birds out there in the wintertime. So this gives back to our creatures that also inhabit this planet with us, the upright people. And I really do believe that this will be a fun year. So if you would like to do these and bring your own type of ornament that you've made to add to the tree at Laurel, or at Brookville, great. If you want to do this for your own home, that's awesome too. I do what I can. This is multi-generational. So little ones can get their hands dirty, and big people can get your hands dirty and make a mess of your kitchen just like I do. Anybody wants to make me an apron? I can do just about anything else, but sewing, not exactly the fun one, and I do want to make an apron. Hopefully in the next coming weeks, I will be doing some more videos on spa items that you can make from things that you get at stores with shea butter and grapeseed oil and grapefruit oil and almond oil, and because we're going into the holidays. And going into the holidays, it's always there's always that one person who is ridiculously hard to buy for, or you're doing. To me, handmade gifts are probably some of my absolute favorite things in the world, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to start doing some things inside our libraries. If we can't, we will obviously still do them virtually. So, or if you like them virtually, I'll continue doing virtually and live. Or in the building. Don't take my word on that one, guys, because I just don't know what's going to happen yet. But for now, this is the best I can do for all of you. So stay tuned about 4:30. I'll come back on live and I will show you how we're going to get these ready to go in and hang. So on that note, thank you for joining me at my home in my kitchen and making treats for our winged friends. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.